Hey y'all, welcome to Girl Meets Screen. My name's Norma, your host of whatever, and today we're talking Summer Turned Pretty Season 1, CTP, as I like to call it, CTP. It's super late, I know. I wanted to have some recaps out before Season 3 comes out. I also wanted to get these recaps out before I read the third book. I have read the first two books, so really quick. So for Season 1, the main differences between the book and the show is the book was more so just like Summer and cousins, right? Like there wasn't really anything extra. It was just what they do in the summer in cousins. And then Season 1 of the show was kind of centered around like the country club, the debutante. What do you call it's? I mean, the ball is the ball, but what do you call the whole process? I don't know. She becomes Belly becomes a debutante, and so it's like kind of a mix of like what they do while they're there, but also like what's happening because of the debutante thing. But the main stories are the same. What happens to the characters for the most part are the same. I can't exactly remember if Shay and Steven were like a big deal in the book. I don't think they were. I think the book was like focused on Belly, Connie, and Jere. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. The other thing is, okay guys, don't come for me. Finding pictures was really hard. I don't know if I'm like Googling the wrong way or what, but finding pictures like throughout the season was tough. Some of the pictures might not exactly match, but they might match like the emotion of what I'm talking about, like what happens, or it's just the people I'm talking about. Okay, so don't be too hard on me. For the most part, they match the scene, but we're just gonna roll with it, okay? Let's introduce you guys. So all the way to the left, we have Jere, then we have Steven, and then we have Connie, and then we have Belly, who's the one being thrown in. It's a tradition every summer when they arrive. So, Belly and Steven are brother and sister. Jeremy and Connie are brother and brother. Their moms are best friends. Susanna in the red, Laurel in the black. Susanna? Sorry, yeah. I'm like, I always want to call her something else. Suzanne, that's what it is, but it's Susanna. Susanna owns the house. They are rich, one would say. They're rich. Laurel and her kids are probably like middle class, upper middle class, but they're not rich. So that's like the little stark difference coming into it. Laurel and her kids are driving up. When they get there, she's just talking about how she hates the country club. She hates all the hoity-toity stuff that Susanna likes to do or does. And so, yes, the kids arrive. Susanna immediately starts talking to Belly about being a debutante. Her mom is like, oh, I don't want that for her. Like, I don't want her to, experience that, whatever. And so Belly's like, yeah, I'll think about it. Moving right along, we have a bonfire. The boys are going to a bonfire. But they do not want Belly to go. They're like, you are not going. Absolutely not. However, Belly was invited by a cute little gas station boy. Teenage, their age, working at the town's gas station, invited her. So in talking to Taylor, Taylor's like, girl, you were invited. Be out, girl. Look in your bag. She put a cute little, little teenage dress in there for her. So she puts on the dress. She heads to the bonfire. The guys are like, girl, what you doing here? Steven is like, no, you need to go. I think in the book, it was Connie saying that, but I'm not fully sure. It's been, when I tell y'all, it's been months since I read those books and watched the shows, the seasons. So I'm doing my best here. Belly stands her ground. She's like, man, F y'all, I can have fun too. Like, shoot fly, don't bother me. We are introduced to Cameron. So Cameron introduces himself to Jeremy as Cameron. He was like Cam, and then he was like, oh, I should say my full name is Cameron. So then Jeremy starts referring to him as Cameron, and I love it. And so I refer to him as Cameron. Turns out, Belly and Cameron were at some Latin club thing where kids like travel to, and he really liked her. She's like, no, you didn't. Like, why you lying? She's like, I was chubby, I had braces, I had glasses. And he's like, I was fucking with your personality, girl, what? But anyways, they're talking at the bonfire, having a grand old time. Then, of course, drunk Connie has to ruin it, okay? We are being introduced to broody Connie. Throughout, we get sprinkles of what he's like before, but right now, he's just like broody, drunk, mad at the world Connie, okay? He starts to fight with some dude. Belly's sitting with Cameron. She gets up. She runs up to try to break it up. The dude, like, elbows her or something, and she falls down. So then Connie start fighting. And then it gets broken up. Jeremy's like, come on. The police are coming. Everybody starts running to their cars. Cameron is like, I can give her a ride. Jeremy's like, we don't know you, Cameron. No. So they get in the car. However, they get busted, okay? The police stop them. I don't think Jeremy was drinking. I don't know. But the police know their family. They just take them home, escort them home. And so Laurel's giving the speech. She's like, listen, if your parents weren't your parents, this would have been some shit. Don't be stupid. And we like that for you, Laurel. We love a wake up and smell the riches mama. I'm talking ish. I don't know why. I just really liked the scene. I don't know. I liked something about it. The night before, pisses off Belly and makes her decide to be a debutante. She's like, I'm going to show these boys. I'm a grown-up. I guess this is her showing them she's a grown-up and she do what she want to do. So, of course, Susanna takes her shopping with Laurel. They're looking for dresses. Now, obviously, everybody's seen the show by now. I don't think there's anyone watching this like, oh my God, it just came out. Like, let me see. So I do have a question for you guys that I could not remember. And when I made these notes, I just skimmed through the season. So I don't remember where it was or what. But I remember she has on this, like, outrageous dress. And Laurel's like, that's not really her. Maybe something more simple. And Susanna's like, trust me, this is what the girls are going to be wearing. But Belly ends up in the dress that Laurel said was more like her. Remind me in the comments. I'm trying to remember how she ended up with the dress. Like, I can't remember if there's a scene where the mom's like, oh my God. Or, like, if the mom is like, hey, look, like, this was more you. And she's like, thanks, Mom. I cannot remember how it went. I think in the book, it wasn't a debutante dress. It was just, like, a regular, I think, like, summer dress or something. That she wanted at the store. And Laurel's like, no way. That is way too grown for you. And then when she gets home from Cousins, I think she finds it in her suitcase. And when she talks to Susanna, she's like, I didn't buy that. It was your mom, because she thought it was Susanna. So that's what happens in the book with the dress. I cannot remember in the show how she ends up with the dress her mom knew was more her. So comment down below if you do know how the scene happened. Maybe even tell me where the scene was in the show, in the season, because I kind of want to see the scene. Now we have debutante Belly, okay? She's ready to be a deb. She's ready to be classy. And we have shirtless Jere walking her in for the first day. So she's here. Turns out Nicole, I think is her name, is who, like, Connie basically has a fling with every summer. So he's with Nicole, right? They a thing now. And Belly gets there. They're being kind of strange to each other. But she's her, like, big sis in debutante world. So that's her big sis now. I think this is from their first date. But anywho, Cameron and Belly go on their first date. They go to the movies. Connie tells the boys, oh, it'll be so funny if we go, crash her date. Come on now, y'all. So we really think that Connie thought it would be so funny? No, he didn't. So yeah, they go, they crash the date. She sends him to get her, like, drinks or popcorn or something. And she goes to the car and she's like, leave. Why would you go? She gets unreasonably upset. Because I'm like, it's not like they're, like, beeping the horn and being like, we're here, like, embarrassed. They're just, like, creeping on her. So she could have gone on about her date. But she's like, leave, how dare you, blah, blah, blah. And so Connie's like, let's go, guys. And they're like, what the hell? This was your idea. This date causes, like, a huge fight with Belly and Connie where she's basically like, you ain't shit. Go smoke your little joints. Go smoke your Mary Jane. I'm sorry. So yeah, they go off on each other and they are upset with each other. We also have Shay. She's, like, one of Nicole's friends. She's upper echelon. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to say that word. I just wanted to say that phrase. No, she's Richie Rich too. Steven and her take a liking to each other. I don't know if this picture's from the show. Is this from the show? I remember he plays pool with her friends. I just don't remember if she was there for it. But maybe she was the first time. I don't know, but I could find, like, 3 pictures of them, you guys. There was, like, 3 pictures of them, okay? So this one made the most sense for this situation. But yeah, they're meeting, they're talking. Throughout the relationship, Steven does struggle with their classes and how he's not quite up there with her. We'll see that kind of come to a head at the end. But yeah, these two are an item now, so get into it. We have what I believe is our first flashback. It's Belly's birthday. Connie syrups an infinity sign onto her pancake. And he's like, yeah, I'm math, because I'm a math nerd. Like, they make him so Lame. It's adorable. But yeah, he tells her like, this is what infinity means. Like, it goes on forever and ever and ever, yada, 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 right? So that's the flashback. She's all smiley, chubby cheeked belly. And then we are in present time. It's her birthday again, like now in Cousins. I think she's turning 16 if I'm not mistaken. He has an infinity necklace that he's gonna give her, but then his mom gives her some pearls, and I guess that makes him feel like he shouldn't give her the necklace. I don't know. I think he felt like it maybe it's not up to the pearl standards, but also I think he just wasn't ready for what that meant. Like, as a birthday gift, I believe Jere is like, says he's gonna teach her how to drive, so he like teaches her how to drive. He lets her drive up to the country club for her like debutante practice and like his shift. Here we have Connie, and I don't know the man's name, but he becomes Laurel's love interest. He is also an author, but I forget what he writes. I know right now he's like writing about boating or something, and so Connie's helping him learn because he's like writing about something he doesn't know, and Laurel's like, you can't write about something you don't know. Hey Connie, show him how to boat the boats. So I think their bond throughout just kind of serves for us to see Connie's perspective, how he's feeling about things, and have that like anchor person to facilitate those conversations. Yeah, and him and Laurel get together. I think next episode they do. Taylor's in the house. Taylor's in the house. So Taylor, Belly's best friend from back home, is here to visit. I forgot to mention, and I'm going to mention it because it plays a role in her and Taylor's dynamic. But basically, the show starts, and I think the book starts the same way, but it's Belly like narrating, saying how like life doesn't start until she's in Cousins. Like she just waits for summer every year. Like summer is living. Summer in Cousins, that's it. That's what it's all about. So, that's important to the that's important to the dynamic because a lot of the issues and a lot of the way Taylor acts is insecurity of like their friendship, because it's like she just waits all year to be here. She'd rather be here. That's all she talks about when she's at school. And so there's kind of that friendship insecurity there. For Belly's birthday being celebrated with the family, Susanna does a Midsummer's theme, and so she's making them wear flower crowns, and Taylor's like, this is hot, like let's wear these all night, we'll wear them to the party later. Cool. They're going to like a party that the kids are having, the cousins kids are having. And so yeah, they have dinner. I think Cameron was there. Cameron was there. You know, banter between everybody all day. Off to the party they go. Nicole has gotten Belly a cake. Taylor's a little jealous of that friendship and like, oh wow, she not only does she just have the boys, she has like a whole group of friends here now. Like what the heck? She's feeling left out. She's walking around the party alone. Belly is being a wet blanket. When I tell you Belly is being a wet blanket, she ain't letting nobody have no fun. Okay, Jere starts karaokeing a song. She's trying to get her to sing and she won't. Like Cameron gets up to sing and she gets all like eye rolly and walks away. And it's like, what is your issue? You come to a party to party. What is your issue? Go home. Why are you ruining it for everybody? But at this party, we get bi icon Jere. He's not a bi icon, but we see Jere making out with a guy, talk about he an equal opportunity lover, and we love that for him. And then we have Steven and Taylor making out, Belly catching it. She's like, girl, he got, like, what is you doing? And they beef, and Taylor goes home. We do have the mom's friendship throughout this. So this scene is Susanna telling Laurel that the cancer is back and that she does not want to fight it. She just wants to live her last days happily with her kids, with her best friend's kids, and just be happy. That's Ahia. And this guy's from that commercial of that, is it insurance or whatever? You know what I'm talking about. He's also from a show that I really used to like to watch, and I need to remember what the show's called. I'm gonna look it up after this. But anywho, this is Belly and Steven's dad. He's here, seems chill. Seems like the parents have worked out a good co-parenting dynamic. They can talk to each other, they can be there for their children, etc. They're doing great. This guy, not so much. That picture blurry as hell. I apologize. I'm like blurry. Anywho, this guy, booty cheeks. He sucks, okay? He's terrible to the kids. I can't remember if they address it a ton in the show. I know in the book, Belly ends up talking about how upset he used to get if they did things out of whack. I'm trying to remember. So in the book, he has this blender that's super important to him. his girlfriend in the book. I might be mixing up the book with the show, but I don't think I am. I'm like 80% sure it's the book. The girlfriend he has at the time teaches them all how to like make shakes. And then I think later on they try to make a mess, and he's like screaming at the kids. He's screaming at Connie. He's like, you're the oldest, like you shouldn't be, you know, like you should know better, you should be doing better. And we get the dynamic that he's really hard on Connie. He's always like that with Connie. And that before, in the book we get this a lot, in the show not so much. In the show we just get this 4th of July with the dad. But in the book, the relationship with Connie is like really prevalent and talked about. Basically Connie was like just wanted to make his dad proud, wanted to be everything his dad wanted him to be. Like he played football like his dad wanted, like he was like doing everything the right way. And then there was just a switch. He quit football, like everything. He's not close to his dad. And we later find out that it's because he finds out that his dad cheated on his mom. And then in the show, we don't get the background where we know that. We get we get it from like the mom's perspective. So in the show, he shows up, the mom's like, what are you doing here? There's all this confusion. Turns out Laurel invited him without telling Susanna, but Laurel didn't know that Susanna told him not to be around. When Laurel talked to Susanna, she finds out he had cheated, and Susanna chose to forgive him. But when like her cancer came back, she realized like, I don't want him around me as I die. You know, like she's like, this man cheated on me. Like I don't want him there. So basically she's kind of like, I wanted to do things on my terms. When I wanted him there, I wanted to have him there. When I didn't, I didn't. And I knew if I told you, it would become this whole thing of you telling me what to do, yada, yada. And so they kind of fight and go off. Laurel tells her ex-husband, like the kid's dad, like I'm leaving them to you. She bounces. And she goes to do with her dude. This is dark and I apologize, but I'm just gonna put it here while we talk about the rest of this episode. Basically, they end up using his blender. They make like little daiquiris or whatever, all the kids. Everybody's drinking. Belly gets so drunk. She ends up snitching on Steven. So Shay is there and she says how Steven kissed Taylor. Steven runs to Shay. She's like, it's cool. Like, we were casual. Like, it's all good. And she leaves. And he ends up, I forget who he talks to. I think it's Jere Bear or Connie. One of them. And they're like, dude, go talk to her. So he goes to talk to her, makes it clear, like, no, I do like you. And then they, that's all good. Belly gets super sloppy drunk. She ends up, like, knocking Susanna over, and this cake thing falls over, breaks, and all of that. And so the party's over. No one's having fun anymore, okay? Connie is cleaning up the mess. Belly and Steven's dad, he kind of goes to, like, make sure Belly's okay, lays her down, all of that. While Connie's cleaning, his dad comes out, and so we get kind of like the similar scene to the way the book portrays it. But he's like yelling at him. He's like, you're supposed to take care of her. How did you let her get that drunk? How did you let her do that? And he's just kind of like, damn, like, Dad, you're an asshole. You suck. I wanting to talk to you about what was going on, and forget you. Him and his dad basically end up arguing, and he's just like, you suck. Like, you're a terrible dad. Like, I wanted nothing to do with you. It's cool. I wanted to talk to you, and now I don't. You good. Go home. And the dad leaves. He doesn't say go home, but like the dad just leaves, which is great fatherly instinct. And so this picture is Connie and Belly about to make out on the 4th of July. But Jeremiah sees it and sets off a firework. We start the next episode with another flashback. It is Connie teaching Belly, I forget what the name of the dance is. Charleston, maybe? I don't know. He teaches her a dance, an old school dance. What I will say that I like about the show is they do a way better job of showing us like why she likes Connie so much. Because when I read the book, I was like, what does she see in this man? He's so mean. Like, we do have flashbacks, but like, so this dance flashback in the book, he doesn't want to. Susanna is like, teach her how to dance. And Connie is just like, ugh, do I have to? Like, it's just a no. Okay, the flashbacks in the book are almost as mean as who he is in. Like, it's so confusing. Okay, so confusing. But in the show, this scene, he's like playing with the guys, and she's like trying to learn the dance by herself. And he's like, oh, like, Steven's making fun of her and Jeremiah's laughing. And she's like, well, then come teach me. And they're both like, no. And then Connie's like, oh, come on. And they're like, wait, we're playing. He's like, no. Like, and he gets up to teach her. So it's like really sweet, little glasses Connie. Like, we love to see it. So I believe this is supposed to foreshadow this whole situation of like Susanna asking Connie to be her partner for the debutante ball. She goes to practice and they're practicing the dance they have to do, but she doesn't have a partner yet because she hasn't picked anybody. And she hasn't asked Cameron yet. She doesn't want to. So Jeremiah comes in, he steps in as her partner. He like takes Steven's suit jacket, which is really cute. He's like shirtless again. And he comes in and then he's like, hey, not Siri, hey Alexa, right? Because this is Amazon Prime. Hey Alexa, play So Pretty. And then it's like dun, 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 I'm so pretty, and they like that, and he's doing that little thing. Oh, it's such a it's one of my favorite scenes. I rewatch because it's just so cute. I love Summer I Turned Pretty because it's just such wholesome teenage energy. It brings me back. It also like I live vicariously through them. Like, it's a good time, okay? 30-year-old watching teenage shows, let me live my best life. We also do have Connie, like, wakes up the next day in a wonderful mood. He's being so kind. He makes Jere coffee when the coffee runs out. He's like, okay, like, Connie's back, okay? Connie is back, and we're loving us some Connie. And in that scene where Jere comes in to dance with her, he, like, gives Steven back his jacket, and he, you know, goes back to work. Connie stops in and he's like smiling at her, she's smiling at him, and he waves and she waves, but then she looks back and he's waving at Nicole, but Nicole's waving at him. And then Belly is stuck in the middle of like, was he waving at me or was he waving at her? What just happened? And here we have Belly bringing up with Cameron like a dummy, okay? I'm sorry, like, why do y'all choose the terrible men? Let me say something. I have had not great men in my life, but they were not like that in the beginning. Does that make sense? Are you following with me? In terms of just like sucking, like I would be beyond over Connie at this point. Beyond, like, there would be no redemption arc. There would be no getting me back. I would be so far past you. Done. But here she is breaking up with Cameron because she's like, oh my God, me and Connie have a chance now. I think I've kind of stated it, but I'm not sure. Jeremy and Steven are both working at the country club. So Jeremy is a lifeguard every year there, but you know, his family's also members. So like, he's relaxed, he's hanging, he's just having fun, right? Then we have Steven, who, I believe he works just like kind of like the bars and things like that. You know, like, I don't know how to explain it. He's not a lifeguard. He's tending to the people. And he's experiencing some racism. He gets invited to like wait. He's a waiter, I'm pretty sure. He waits a private card game or something. And his boss is like, oh, like, that's where the money's at. But then they're, like, making all these racist jokes while he's in there. So he's talking to his boss about it. His boss is like, baby, I bought a boat. He's like, the shit that I've gotten off these people, you let them talk, let them whatever. Like, you know what's up. Take their money. They be talking shit about you, you use them. And Steven is kind of struggling with that dilemma. As is to be expected by Connie at this point, if you ask me. I didn't mention it because it's not relevant till now, obviously, but Susanna wanted to make, like, portraits of everyone. So she's having everyone basically, like, sit for a portrait. She has Jeremy sit for a portrait, and it looks crazy. Like, it's off, it's bad. And they all look at it and laugh. But then when Connie sees it, it reminds him, I guess, of back when she got cancer the first time. I guess that's a thing she does. Maybe some sort of, like, her eyes are messed up or something, or she's, like, weakening while she's painting or something. To him, it symbolizes, it lets him know that her cancer is back. We got Broody Connie again. And, okay, I'm not being insensitive. I am empathetic to him, okay? I am. But the thing is, as people, we all go through a lot of things. It does not give us permission to treat those around us like trash or to be shitty to those around us. It just doesn't. And that's all he does. Belly, why do you like him? Connie is a menace to society again. Belly's confused because she's like, what the? Like, I just broke up with my man, thought I had a new man. What's going on? And she's like, man, whatever. So she's done with him again. In this episode, honorable mention, we also have a little mom's night out moment. They go out, get drunk. Laurel goes to see her man. the mom comes home, and I believe it's Connie who's there when she gets home. And she's like on the stairs tired, and she's like, I just want to go to bed. And he like carries her up to bed. So I get it. I do get it. You don't have to like be shitty to the people around you. You can be shitty by yourself. You can be like, I'm gonna go to a room and I'm just not gonna look at nobody. I don't know. Talk to your people. I don't know what to say. But I get it. I just want to say I get it. And because of this, because Belly is a brother hopping hopper. I'm so done with her. I'm sorry. She kisses Jere in the pool. Moving right along. Some of these pictures are so freaking blurry. I'm looking at them now. The thing is, when I get them, I just like, I screenshot them small. So like, I don't realize what they're going to look like big. But it's okay. You get the gist. Okay. So now it's a big charity event. I believe Susanna's the host of it. It's a big volleyball match situation. And the winner gets to donate all the money made to the charity of their choice or whatever. So Belly is like, I gotta win. I gotta win for my charity for Susanna. I gotta do it. And Taylor's back in the house. They have made up. Taylor's back. She's her partner. They're doing the dang thing, okay? They are playing volleyball. They're killing it, of course. They're doing their thing. They play volleyball back home. Forgot to mention that too. Taylor decides she gonna pretend she done hurt herself. So Jere can step in, pop some balls, save the day for her, with her. Now we have Jere. Team Belly Jere. He's not doing well. Jere is not killing the volleyball game. He's doing terrible. Belly's getting agitated. And so she's like, I'm sorry. I just got to bring Connie in. Now, if I could just say, I know this is her channel. It probably doesn't actually matter. I don't think this works like that, right? Like, okay, she got injured, so you like pull somebody in. Cool, great. You can't be like, he sucks, next. I don't feel, and they were playing doubles. It's not like they were playing teams. Did the other team also have substitutes they were bringing in and out? Like, y'all let me know. They must have, because this isn't fair. This isn't fair if they didn't. Needless to say, as you can see by their faces, they win. They win. Belly wins, and she's happy as a clam. And Jere is like, so Taylor, your plan failed. You should have just kept playing. So Connie asks Belly to, be her partner for the debutante ball. But then she somehow finds out that Laura was the one who told him to ask. And she's pissed. She's like, man, forget you. Okay? Note that. Put it in your notebook. Put it right there so you remember. Belly and Taylor have been invited to a boat party with the girlies of Cousins. Okay? They're all having a great time. They're being kind. Taylor's like, okay, I actually like these girls. They're cool. Because, she was skeptical at first. As they're swimming, suddenly all the girls are gone. And so are their clothes. And Taylor's like, freaking do it. These hoes suck. So then they realize that, because when they were out at one point, one of the other girls that was there was like, hey, Nicole, your phone. It's Connie. And then when Taylor and Belly go to Belly's phone after the girls leave them, they see that it wasn't Nicole's phone. It was Belly's. And she saw the message where Connie says, like, yes, my mom asked me to ask you, but I want to be your partner. And so Nicole's like, these fucking, why would you take that out on her? Like, you don't know if she knew what, like, if they had a thing going. Like, he could have been messaging. Like, that was just not a girl move. They're walking with this, like, blanket around them, naked, and they end up calling Jere. Jere shows up. Nicole shows up at a party that all the guys were at, goes to Connie, and is like, here, your girl might need this. And he's like, what? And she basically makes it known, like, why would you play with me? So then Connie rushes off to, like, bring them the clothes. Jared's already there. Belly's like, man, F you. Like, why the hell would you do this? So she has Taylor ride with Connie, and she rides with Jere. She's like, don't worry, Jere. I've chosen you. Okay? So they're a thing now. Okay? They're a thing. Jared's her partner. Duh. Connie tries to give her the infinity necklace, and she's like, it's too late. Okay? It's too late. You can keep that. I'm done with you. And so she's done with him. Simple. Period. It is debutante ball time, okay? Jere has taught Belly how to drive, so Belly can drive herself there, okay? So she's like, I'll drive myself there. I'll see you there. He's twirling her around, giving her kisses. It's a vibe. I don't understand why Connie is what you're stuck on. It's crazy. It is crazy to me. Jere is the clear choice. Clear choice. You cannot tell me otherwise. I'm so nervous. I'm already upset for book 3. I just know it. Steven and Shay. As I mentioned, Steven was struggling with their class levels. He ends up, in that other picture I told you, he plays like pool with her friends and stuff. And I believe she's there the first time. But he ends up playing with them without her being there. They play for money. He loses all of his money. And it was the money he was saving for the suit she told him she wanted him to wear. She sends him this suit that's like freaking $1,200 or something crazy. So that's why he starts working, so he can afford it, so he can like be at her level where she wants him to be. But yeah, he loses all that money playing against them, so then he has to go tell her. She's like, what the hell? He's like, look, I really like you. That's why. Like, I was struggling. I felt like I wasn't good enough for you. And, you know, he's like, she's like, well, you could have told me, I would have bought it for you. He's like, I don't want that, whatever. So she ends up like, oh, I think my dad has a suit that'll fit you. So he ends up wearing her dad's suit, which is adorable. That is kind of cute, if you ask me. So yeah, they're good. They're debutanting together. They good to go. Back here real quick, this is how Steven finds out about her and Jere. And he's just like, girl, you about to mess this all up. Why are you doing this? Like, you're messing up our friendship. She's like, you need to let me do what I want to do. I just want to show you guys how beautiful they look. How could she look at that and say that that's not her man's? All right, and then we have the boys dance, my second favorite part. You know, I'm realized I just love me musicals. I love me dancing and singing and all the things. I love little musical moments. The boys do a whole dance. It's precious. It's adorable. We love it. The girls are cheering. The girls are clapping. The girls are dying. It's just everything. Jere has discovered some things and he is nowhere to be found. So of course, Connie has to step in and do the dance with her. I'm so sick of this shit. I'm so sick of this shit. Okay, so as you can see, they all red in the face, all bruised up. Jere comes in, beats him up. You would jump at your chance. Ah! So they start fighting. The mama breaks him up. She's like, what the? And Jeremy's like, are you sick again? And Connie knew, so he's even more upset. So this is her comforting them. My heart. She's comforting them. They're like, you have to fight, Mom. You have to fight. Remember, she didn't want to fight. So she tells him she's gonna fight. I'm getting like goosebumps at like tear eyed, but she tells him she's gonna fight, and so that's what she decides. In that scene, we also get the parallel of like how they're dealing with it, Steven and Belly and Laurel. This episode ends with Belly and Connie kissing. Mind you, though, she is a brother hopper and a cheater because her and Jeremy were together. Like Jeremiah, sorry, not Jeremy. You full on cheated on it because you said you chose him. Y'all were a thing. Y'all were a thing. And wait till we talk about season 2 because it ends like this. It ends with them kissing and then we have kind of like the aftermath in season 2. That's how this season ends. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you did. Comment down below. Let me know how she ends up with the dress that Laurel said she liked better because I need to know. Subscribe for more content like this and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.